The star of this episode is Buzzswole, and we want to make this Pokemon as swole and as swollen as possible by stacking every single buff and debuff we possibly can onto this card. Toshi opens up with Baltoy, which is going to be very important for our strategy. Every Pokemon, every single one of the 8 Pokemon we will have on the field, technically every single one of the 10 Pokemon we're going to have on the field, will be relevant for creating buffs and debuffs on Buzzhole. I add Shaman Sky to the field, which creates a field buff, but also a buff on Buzzhole itself. And you can see that our very first buff of the game is active on the Pokemon. But we're gonna fill this entire list. You'll see. I also add the Poketool Cape. We can only include one Poketool per Pokemon, but that's another buff that will contribute to what we're doing. Toshi plays Mischievous onto the field, which is going to confuse my Buzzhole, making attacks a little bit difficult, but adding a very useful debuff. Baltoy evolves into Claydol, which has an anti-healing aura that will be placed on every single Pokemon. If you see that red cross with the line through it that's just appeared everywhere, that is the debuff that Claydol applies. We're cooking now. Toshi puts Shinx onto the field, which will eventually evolve into a Pokemon that has an active ability, but more on that later on. I play Snivy and a second Shaman Sky onto the field. Yes, the buffs do stack, meaning that we will get to see multiple of them. Right now we have 1 buff, 1 debuff, and 2 Shaman Sky buffs for a total of 4 different effects on Buzzhole. But we're gonna do way more than that. By the power of Rare Candy, I evolve Snivy into Superior, putting a buff on all of my Grass-type Pokemon. Now my bench is complete, but Toshi bench is gonna be way more complicated, because there's 6 different Pokemon that have to get played for this to work. Toshi evolves Shinx into Luxray. Now, Luxray's power will only work when Luxray is in the active slot, so that's going to help us a little later. But for right now, we need to start shuffling out the Pokemon that will apply debuffs and then get knocked out to clear the way for passive effect Pokemon. Starting with Mischievous. Toshi attacks with Mischievous, confusing Buzzhole. This complicates things a little bit, because I do have to knock out the Mischievous while confused in order to clear it from the field. So, we're going to hope that the bad RNG we've had lately in our videos doesn't continue. Maybe I should just use Punch? Toshi, maybe I should just use Punch? Do we have time? Okay, fun fact, we've just learned that Big Beat does not self-disable if you're confused, but just to make sure we knock this out on time, I am just going to use Punch. Except I can't flip heads, so it doesn't matter what attack I'm using. This happens every time we film! Toshi evolves the Salandit into Salaz, which can poison and burn in the same turn, which would be really relevant if we could knock Mischievous off the field! Alright, totally not scuffed Big Beat. 3rd time's the charm, and finally we get Heads, removing Mischievous from the field and allowing Toshi to play more Pokemon that will apply more effects to Buzzhole. Now this is the hardest part of the entire challenge. Salaz attacks burning and poisoning Buzzhole. We have to be careful, and there are several things that have to go right for this to work. For one thing, I have to stay burned, or everything we just did, we might have to do again. Yes! Okay, I know, I wanted that. I wanted that, Tails. We remain burned, which is good. Right now, on Buzzhole, we have a total of poisoned, burned, confused, plus 20 HP, can't heal, reduced retreat cost, another reduced retreat cost, and double grass energy. That's 8 different effects, but we are going to skyrocket that number. However, it only works if A, Big Beat goes off, and B, burn stays. So there's a 1 out of 4 chance that we don't have to do all of this over again. I'm kind of scared to push this button, but here we go. Okay, we're not confused. That's good. That's half the battle. Salaz goes down. We get the debuff for not being able to use Big Beat. I get a prize point. No! I didn't use the wall! I'm an idiot! We might not be scuffed as long as I stay burned. No, wait, I'm gonna die. Ah! I healed burn anyway. Okay, so the scuff wasn't entirely my fault. Okay, so due to a combination of me messing up and not playing the cards that I was supposed to play that turn, and also burn just didn't work, we accidentally healed. We're gonna try that again a few times until we get the perfect situation, which will require really a 1 out of 8 chance. Burn has to stay on twice, and confusion needs to not happen once. So there's a 1 out of 8 chance we can make this happen. I'll see you in a few attempts. We made it back to this spot. Right now, same as before, Buzzhole has all these wonderful stat effects, and we need to massively increase it without Buzzhole dying. Right now, it's a 1 out of 4 chance. At this point, we got the initial burn roll. It's a 1 out of 4 chance once again. I'm gonna play Beast Wall. Beast Wall. And you can see the little arrow glow to show that another buff has been added. Blue. And now this is the tricky part. We need confusion to be heads and burn to be tails. It has to happen exactly that way, or we don't get the burn. Here we go. Okay? Just one more coin flip. Just one more coin flip needs to happen, and we got this. Please, 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 please. It's just gotta be tails. 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 No! Oh, you did another flip at the end! Oh, again! We were this close! Alright, because we were having such terrible luck, well, yeah, because the odds of this working were so small, Toshi suggested some genius solutions on how to fix some of the problems we've been having. For one thing, I'm gonna put Leafy Cape onto Buzzwall to get an extra 10 health. For another, you might notice that this time we did not evolve Boltoy into Claydol. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna wait to see if we get the right burn rolls we need, and if we don't, I'm going to use Erica to heal Buzzhole, which would not be possible if Claydol was on the field. Claydol is only going onto the field when we've gotten all the rolls, and that happens on the final turn. Alright, there's the attack. It's poisoned, and it's burned. If I don't stay burned, we're gonna use Erica to try to fix the problem. I unfortunately healed from the burn, but that is what we prepared for. I'm going to play Erica, and this is going to give me extra health so that we can survive another rotation and try again. So much damage. No! It happened twice! I don't think I have enough healing. Even with our extra methods, we still got unlucky enough that it's just not gonna work this run. Alright, so for this latest attempt, we've made another change. Now I've replaced every possible excess card with additional healing items like potions. We're still not going to evolve Claydol until the very end. This will give us the most possible opportunities to heal up Buzzhole and try again if the initial burn doesn't work. Salonzel attacks, and the first coin flip that we need to pass is right here. We want to make sure that we stay burned. Why did that do like a gajillion damage? Alright, we managed to stay burned, which is good. Now that we've passed the first coin flip, it actually doesn't matter. If confusion fails, we're doomed. We're doomed. There's nothing we can do if confusion fails. Okay. I've played the double Beast Wall blue combo. Everything has been played. It's kind of just a 1 out of 4 chance now. Here we go. Good. Okay, we got the first one. There's only one coin flip left. So we used strategy to almost guarantee that the very first coin flip passes. That was the second coin flip, the first risky one, according to our new strat. If this gets tails, we're good. Please. No! Seriously? Again? Again? Alright. Alright, yeah, Toshi says again, we're going again. We're gonna try this one more time. Alright, I've lost track of what attempt this is, but hopefully this time we can pull it off. Heads. Good. Good. We always get that one. I don't know why, but we always get that one. We've been at this spot so many times. We just need tails, please. Oh! It does an extra flip at the end every time! Every time it gets, tails, no heads! No, why? It's turn 25. The reason for that is Buzzhole has been confused every single turn I try to attack Mischievous. This isn't even within the realm of, okay, finally. So we got it this turn. We got it this turn. Just so you understand how much bad luck we are dealing with. 28, 29, 30. It will literally end on 30. Maybe this is fate. Maybe this is fate. Yeah, so Toshi was just saying that the reason they didn't attack me last turn was because Big Beat was still active, so I wouldn't be able to counterattack, so it had to happen this turn. So we're literally forced into doing this in the last possible turn, which means that if we miss the first burn, even with our healing, it won't matter because we'll time out before we can fix it. So we need all 3 coin flips to go perfectly. This has to be tails, and it's not! And that would be fine if we hadn't been confused. What was it? 8 times in a row? All right, Toshi, we've done this like a million times. Well, I'll stop whenever you say you're done. Because you're helping me out with this. So do you want to keep going, or should we just stop here?
No, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Gone too far now. We have to keep going.
Okay. I'm terrified. I'm gonna make a misplay at this point. Just
Okay. 5th time. Let's go.
All right, this time for sure. This time for sure. Please. All right. Luckily, we have enough time that if we don't get the burn roll, we can fix it. Do we get it? We got it. Okay, we don't need to fix it. All right. All right, here we go. Attempt number, I actually have no idea. Toshi, do you know what attempt we're on?
5.
5? Is that counting or not counting the Nihilgo brick?
Not counting the Heligo.
Okay, so attempt number 6. Wait, is that counting or not counting the first one?
I think it's counting.
Alright, I've played every card. We need these 2 coin flips to work. This first one has to be heads. Please. Okay! Okay!
Been here before.
We've been here many times before. We just need this tails. We just need this 1 tails. We just need 1 tails. Please. Please. I've gotten so many tails. I've gotten more tails than I know what to do with. Please. Yes! Yes! Okay, don't end your turn. Don't end your turn. Evolve everything. Play everything. Oh my freaking goodness. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm gonna play everything. Record this, please.
I'm recording it, yes! Oh my goodness. Alright, Nihilgo goes onto the field. Another Nihilgo goes on the field. You can see the debuff stacking on Buzzhole. Every single card is played. I'm going into Buzzhole, and we're gonna look at the final count. Poisoned. Burned. That one was so hard to get. Confused. Plus 30 HP. Ultra Beasts take minus 20 damage. Ultra Beasts take another minus 20 damage. All cards take minus 10 damage. My attacks do minus 20 damage. I take plus 10 from poison. I take another plus 10 from poison. I can't use Big Beat. I can't heal. The active basic retreat cost is 1 less. It's actually 2 less because I get another 1 less, and grass energy are doubled for a total of 15 buffs and debuffs. We have created the swollest Buzzhole in the history of Pokemon Pocket for our new record of stuff we shoved onto the effects list of 1 single card. Toshi Binya, thank you for forcing me to repeatedly do this. Wait, why do I need to switch into Pokemon?
I use Repel.
Why'd you use Repel? That's all for now, and I'll see you next time.